matcha Dubai chocolate crumble cookie. The matcha sugar cookie with a chocolate mousse, toffee, pistachios, and more pistachio butter. The labubu is a matcha chocolate with toffee pistachio filling.
Growing up in a generation where a couple of the main hopes past generations had are gone, the ability to be financially free and clear all your debt isn't happening for most people in our generation. The people at the top know this so much, it's now common to have buy now and pay later everywhere. Like, they added that to DoorDash. If this isn't a sign to wake up people, then I don't know what is. Shoot, the average person in Gen Z who wants a new car is gonna be paying off that thing for the next 10 years. I think you sign a little bit of your soul away when you sign that lease. So the way Gen Z has been coping with this and trying to get away from these thoughts is with what we call consumerism. People have been memeing about it and talking about it on TikTok recently. Consumerism, by its definition, is an economic and social system that encourages the consumption of goods and services as a mean of attaining well-being. And no matter what or where you are in life, everyone contributes to it. Like, when you buy something that makes you happy, that is technically a part of consumerism. But the problem is when you have to keep buying things or the best new thing that's trending on TikTok to be at peace. And just to make it clear, consumerism isn't only a Gen Z or millennial thing, like it's existed for past generations. You may have seen your grandparents or someone old in your family watching the QVC channel, which is quite literally a channel that just sells you stuff, like that's all their content. And when you see old people watching this, they're in a trance. As soon as they pull up a word to order the item, they move faster than they have the past 15 years to buy it. But no, Gen Z is much smarter. Instead of having a TV channel control us, we have a much more valuable and educational source doing it. TikTok live streams.
16 18 块，10块，吹风机来喽，15上车。
The difference between past generations versus newer generations is the amount of ads we get. In the past, you were mainly seeing ads through TV commercials and hearing them on the radio. Typical stuff we're used to, billboards and posters on walls. Most people ignored them, but it was definitely easier for advertisers to reach certain audiences. We all remember certain commercials collectively growing up and they've become memes of their own. Just want to say, Fushigi, that was a scam and I was heartbroken finding that out when I got older. But with social media now, every social media app spams ads in your face you can't escape unless you pay to. And sometimes apps like YouTube and Twitter offer a subscription where you can lower the amount of ads you see but not completely remove them. If you're someone that buys something, whether that be Netflix or Twitter or YouTube or something where you're still seeing ads but you see less of it,
you're completely insane.
I'll never understand that. Just pay a couple more bucks to completely get rid of the ads and it'll help you way more. Things like TikTok Shop do ads in a sort of deceiving way to make it seem like they're relatable to you. I can't wait to tell my kids in the future I remember the good old days of TikTok before TikTok Shop and before you had to pay to promote your video for views. I'm gonna show them one of those 2018 TikToks and be like, yeah, this is what we found funny back then. On TikTok now, you notice a lot more of the TikTok shop on your For You page. And people will put a link for a product in any video, even if it has nothing to do with it. Like, it'll be a clip of a streamer doing something on stream and then you'll see linked an ad to buy some headphones. The crazy thing is too, people will sit there and buy it just because it's in front of their face. It's built in the system too. We get so many ads on the daily, people end up bound to buy something eventually. Crazy to think, there used to be a time on TikTok not even that long ago when there was no ads. Same thing with places like YouTube as well. People have been getting pissed off at YouTube because they've just kept adding more and more ads to things, especially now that they've cracked down on ad blockers. And I know people still get around them, but you know, they keep cracking down on them and you have to find different ways to do it. Some people get an ad when watching YouTube on a TV when they just pause the video. Advertisers be thinking this will work, but if I see your product on my TV after simply pausing a video, I'm writing down that product specifically in a notebook to make sure I don't buy it. On TV too, a lot of people get an ad as their first recommended video to watch. I'm not sure how many people are sitting there and willingly clicking on an ad to watch as their first video. The spamming of ads everywhere are just one part of us getting taken over by consumerism. A lot of it does have to deal with our own will to buy things as well. They can shill out however many products they want, but we have the power to choose them or not. And the thing that gets our generation is buying anything that's trending. A perfect example of it is Labubus. Not a single person can tell me where they even came from and the day they even found out about them, but they'll have a whole collection of them already and each one named. And we always have things like this popping off. Everyone runs to buy them and show them off just to forget about it the next month and stop talking about it. Labubus recently have become the top face of consumerism on TikTok. Same thing with matcha as well. And it's so funny because matcha has already been a thing for so long. Like in Japan, they've been having matcha for literally literal centuries. But just because it started to take over everywhere online, we've officially been draining the world supply of matcha and are running out. Nowadays, something will start trending as one thing. Then because of our insatiable consumerism, it has to be spread everywhere. And because of all this consumerism, the main excuse for boomers, for younger generations, and why they don't have houses and stable income is that we all spend our money on bull and that we got soft hands, brother.
I've fought more men and bedded more women than you've probably ever seen. Hell yeah. Now, you want to talk about soft hands? Ain't nothing soft about me, boy.
While it is true that younger generations do spend more money on random we eat out more on average and spend money on things I showed like
Labubu matcha Dubai chocolate crumble cookie.
the thing they don't understand is the reason why younger generations do this is because they don't have the same hope they did. A lot of this is a direct response to things that a lot of the younger generation feel are now out of reach. If you don't have the hope to be able to afford a home in the future and be able to raise a family, then the direct response we're gonna see is consumerism. People are buying things to satisfy themselves in the moment because they don't have hope to get any of the things they want. And companies know this, which is why on top of making everything buy now, pay later,
everything has also become a subscription.
I just found out recently that, you know, for new cars, how you get an app to remote start the car and whatnot? Well, some of those car brands are now charging you to use their apps. The app for new Honda cars who use the Honda Link app charges you $110 per year just to be able to remote start your car. This is just them being selfish too, because other car brands have their app entirely for free. Don't be surprised when every car brand starts to assimilate to these standards and ruin it for everybody. All it takes is for one brand to make it normal for everybody to conform. And look, I'm not even saying the older generations are wrong for saying those type of complaints, but all of this isn't a one-way street. Like, it's a two-way street. It wouldn't have happened if in the past it was set up for us to be good. Back then, everyone knew, or at least had the mindset, that if you put in the work, you'd be guaranteed a house. A lot of jobs felt a lot more family-oriented, and a lot of people treated their coworkers as like family. But now you're not even guaranteed to keep your job anymore if you put in the work. As soon as your boss sees they can save 0.1% of expenses by firing you, they're gonna fire your ass. Consumerism is a direct response to capitalism, and as things keep getting worse, it's going to continue on. You also have social media personas, and everyone's gotta look like one of them. You either gotta dress like Cardi, look like a Y2K baddie, anything new that can pop up. They even have a new meme for one called the performative male, which is pretty much a guy who tries to emulate anything that'll impress the host. It's mandatory. It includes matcha, a book about feminism, and you listening to Lana Del Rey. There be a lot of women out here thinking these type of dudes are perfect and every man should simply emulate them, not knowing that a lot of them are simply strategists conforming to what'll work for them to smash. In fact, a lot of these dudes be the worst to be with. It's kind of like how every girl has that dream Hollywood male actor, and a lot of those actors end up being terrible people and serial cheaters. But hey, I can't even hate. They play the game beautifully and the game rewards them well. It's way easier now to also hoard tons of things, and a lot of people do it. The worst person's house you'll ever meet is a who can't throw a single item away. They got things from 20 years ago that haven't been touched in that time, and when you ask them why they still have it, they always say it's just in case, but that in case never happens. Like, I promise you won't need that 15-year-old chair or 20-year-old pot set. And now with our unlimited thirst for collecting anything new that's popping for a month, people will have full stacks of something in the span of a week. In the past, for hoarders, it usually took them years to build up their collection, and now it's sped up faster than ever. There are still people with closets full of Stanley cups. As we go on, the dumber the item we collect. I still don't understand how Stanley cups became such a big thing. People were camping outside stores to snatch the cups up. And if you look at it now, no one's talking about it anymore. With our generation now too, it's proven that we don't stand on anything. Like, for a while, I remember people were boycotting McDonald's and Starbucks. This was due to allegations that both of the brands were supporting Israel in the war and their efforts. But slowly over time, less and less people stopped doing it and started eating there again. All McDonald's had to do was announce that they were bringing snack wraps back and potentially bringing XXL fries, and people completely forgot about what was happening. I'm not even sure if the rumors of what McDonald's and Starbucks were doing is true, but at the end of the day, for people, it doesn't matter to them. Starbucks is definitely still getting boycotted by a lot of people, but I guarantee if Starbucks comes out with a matcha Dubai chocolate Labubu latte, people will be willing to throw the boycott away just for a day or two. And the way this happens is when more and more people start to post videos about something, the more people are willing to give it and try it. Crumble Cookie is also a pure example of consumerism at its finest. And fair to them because they play the game well. Every week they change the flavors flavors to something new. And because they're updating them so often, influencers are able to immediately make a new video about them trying the newest flavor. Then when people see the influencers trying it, they think to themselves they have to try the new flavor themselves, not taking their health into account or nothing. Crumble cookie is the perfect example of the meme that Americans eat like they got free healthcare. I can't fathom that you get a box of them and chomp down the whole thing by yourself. One single brownie is 1,130 calories. But hold up, 15 grams of protein? Never mind, this is clearly a healthy brand. Sounds like a great pre-workout meal to me. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know how much consumerism has fried your brain as well. For every like, you're now entered a giveaway to win a Dubai chocolate matcha flavored Labubu crumble cookie. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.